What if I told you Arsenal's biggest advantage this winter isn't their tactics or form? It's something far more controversial. Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the hidden factors that could shape the Gunners' season. From AFCON absences to two underperforming stars who might be holding them back. Today's episode focuses on two key topics: Eberechi Eze's lack of shooting and Viktor Gyökeres' underwhelming performances. This isn't about harsh criticism, but rather a discussion about their current roles at Arsenal and the challenges they're facing. During the Africa Cup of Nations, the question is whether Arsenal's opponents will suffer from squad depletion, giving the Gunners an advantage. Arsenal's biggest benefit is clear: they're completely unaffected by AFCON. Now let's look at their opponents over the festive period and early January. The fixtures include Everton, Crystal Palace, Brighton and Hove Albion, Aston Villa and Bournemouth. Starting with Everton, they'll be without Iliman and Ndiaye, who's on international duty. If you've watched Everton this season, you'll know Ndiaye is crucial to their attack. Another key figure, their so-called midfield anchor, is also absent. Despite being in his late 30s, he's still a tireless runner. Losing both of them, one in attack and one in midfield, could hurt Everton, though I'm not convinced it's a massive blow. Additionally, their English player Ndiaye and McNeil is injured and won't return until January. So when Everton host Arsenal, they'll be missing at least three key players. Of course, Arsenal have injury issues too, but they've been dealing with them all season. Next up is the League Cup clash against Crystal Palace, which is important. I've always felt the League Cup gives fringe players more minutes, and once you're out, so they'll want to progress. Palace's main attacking threat, Ismaila Sarr, is also away at AFCON, meaning he'll miss not just the Arsenal game, but several Premier League fixtures. Sarr has matured significantly, and Senegal won't let him go easily. After that, Arsenal face Brighton on Boxing Day. Brighton have Carlos Baleba in midfield, but honestly, he's been underwhelming this season, often subpar and rarely completing full matches. Whether he's avoiding injury for AFCON or just struggling, Brighton won't be significantly weakened without him. Then comes Aston Villa. Villa do have African players like Ivorian forward Evan Gesand, but he's not a guaranteed starter and wasn't even called up. Facing Villa at home, Arsenal can't afford to be complacent. Villa have shown they can fight back from losing positions in 5 Premier League games this season. On January 4th, Arsenal play Bournemouth. The first name that comes to mind is Antoine Semenyo. Even if he hadn't been sold, he'd be at AFCON, but Ghana didn't qualify, so he'll stay unless Bournemouth sell him on January 1. Essentially, Bournemouth are another team unaffected by AFCON. Finally, on January 8th, Arsenal host Liverpool in a huge game. Liverpool's form has picked up lately, but they'll be without Mohamed Salah. If Salah does return, it depends on Egypt's AFCON progress. The round of 16 starts in early January, with the quarter-finals on the 10th or 11th. If Egypt advance, Salah won't make it back in time. Even if they're knocked out early, he'll need rest. Liverpool have adapted to playing without Salah before. So, over the festive period, the only teams Arsenal face that might be weakened by AFCON are Everton and Crystal Palace in the League Cup. The advantage isn't massive. Now let's discuss the two main subjects of this episode. First, Viktor Gyökeres. People debate whether his movement isn't sharp enough, his teammates don't understand him, or if he's just technically limited. I've said before, it's a bit of everything. Early in the season, when Arsenal strikers were injured and Gyökeres was the only option, Mikel Arteta adjusted tactics to play more long balls, which suited Gyökeres' strengths. He needs space and momentum to run onto the ball before shooting. Asking him to receive short passes and turn quickly doesn't suit his style. He started well, then got injured. Since returning, Arsenal's playstyle has shifted to more possession-based, congesting the opponent's box, which limits Gyökeres' space. His form post-injury hasn't been stable either. I wonder, after a month out, shouldn't he have studied his teammates' movements, habits, and tendencies? I expected him to adapt like Jurriën Timber, who spent a year out but still understood the team's dynamics. Gyökeres hasn't shown that. My take. Gyökeres is a strange forward. If you play a long ball for him to chase, his ball-carrying ability isn't elite, especially in the Premier League, where defenders recover quickly. His physicality isn't dominant either, and his technical flaws mean he takes an extra fraction of a second to control the ball before shooting, which is a disadvantage in fast-paced games. But denying him space entirely isn't the solution. He needs a bit of room to build momentum before passing or shooting. Essentially, he has significant technical limitations and the whole team would need to adjust to accommodate him. At Arsenal's current level, is that feasible? In the recent win over Wolves, Gyökeres started. Wolves are a defensive side, so space was limited. How did he perform? Early on, Declan Rice cleared a long ball into Wolves' half. Gyökeres should have been the one attacking it, but Gabriel Martinelli was quicker, nodding it down for Gyökeres, who couldn't connect. Another chance came from a Ben White cross, but Timber got to it first. Later, White delivered another cross after Bukayo Saka held up play. But Gyökeres and Eze were both waiting in the box. The cross was blocked. There was also a right-wing cross where Gyökeres didn't even jump, letting the ball run to Rice, whose header went wide. Was he not intending to jump, or did he hear a call from behind? Either way, Gyökeres' aerial threat from crosses has never been strong. Arsenal's teammates aren't ignoring him. They're trying to supply him. Another attack saw Saka and Eze combine to deliver a low cross, but Gyökeres couldn't get there in time. Martinelli had a chance to play Gyökeres through on goal, but hesitated, passing to Rice instead, who won a corner. Was it a lack of trust in Gyökeres? A riskier pass might have been better. Another issue. Gyökeres often fails to attack low crosses in the 6-yard box. A proper striker would throw himself at those, but he's missed several this season. Is it slow reactions or poor judgment? His ball control is also questionable. In one instance, he shielded the ball from a defender but lost possession easily. His dribbling in open play isn't reliable either. In the 58th minute, with Arsenal still goalless, Arteta made a triple sub. Leandro Trossard, Martin Ødegaard and Mikel Merino came on. Immediately, Ødegaard played a lofted pass to Gyökeres, who couldn't reach it. Saka also looked sharper, creating a chance where Gyökeres headed just wide. Later, Gyökeres won a free kick after being fouled on the edge of the box. Rice's shot was close. His best moment came when Trossard crossed, and Gyökeres controlled it well, turned, and shot just wide. That was the only time he looked like a top-level striker. Overall, we expect more from him against weaker teams, but against Wolves, he barely had chances. It's hard to judge his true level. Early in the season, some fans criticized me for questioning him, but my concerns were based on research. If he played for another club, how would we view him? Now, onto Eze's lack of shooting. After his hat-trick against Tottenham, where he dominated central areas, he hasn't taken a single shot in the next 4 league games. Chelsea, Brentford, Villa, Wolves. He also played 2 Champions League games, no shots against Club Brugge, 1 assist against Bayern Munich. In those 4 Premier League games, he didn't always start, and when he did, he was subbed off. Against Chelsea, he played 70-plus minutes, versus Brentford 29 off the bench, versus Villa 45, versus Wolves 57. You could argue limited minutes affect his stats, but why is he being subbed? Frankly, Eze hasn't done enough for Arsenal beyond the Tottenham game. At Crystal Palace, he thrived in counter-attacks with space, but Arsenal dominate possession, squeezing opponents. Against Wolves, he was often stuck waiting for Saka to make something happen. Another flaw, Eze's ball-carrying stamina is limited. He can't consistently beat multiple defenders. One dribble is his limit before losing the ball. His best trait is cutting inside and shooting, which we saw at Palace last season. Against Wolves, he kept drifting right to link with Saka and Timber, but his influence was minimal. Is he being underused, or is he now just a support act for Saka? Either way, his central threat has vanished. 0 shots is shocking. I checked the stats to confirm it's true. Not that he's playing badly, but it's not enough. Plus, he rarely completes 90 minutes. Let's discuss. Gyökeres and Eze's issues aren't catastrophic, but if Arsenal's winning run continues like this, it's hard to say they're fully integrated. We'll see how they develop. That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed this analysis, leave a comment, like, and subscribe to show your support. Your engagement helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching.